All right, it's Christian here with Southern Roofing. We are on the Harris roof. Before we get started, I just want you to get a general overview, kind of state of this roof. It is not as steep as it could be, right? This is about a 9-10 pitch. Generally, we can walk these pretty well with boots, and we are almost falling off of this thing. We have under 50% of our granules. If you just take a look here, there's no granules left on these shingles. It's pure matte and fiberglass. These wispy edges, I mean, you can't even touch the shingle. It turns into a puff of smoke. We've been asked to show irreparability. That is very obvious just from looking at how horrendous these shingles are. I mean, it's an unsafe walking surface, but for diligence, we are gonna go ahead and make an attempt to swap the shingle out. The first thing we're gonna do is unseal these. I've done a few thousand repairs, so I've got a little bit lighter hand than most. So hopefully we will be able to get these unsealed without tearing them, but they're so paper thin that the shingle is less strong than the sealant. So what ends up happening is the shingle tears off and they become aggregate, they become pieces of themselves. So not only are they already paper, wispy thin, but we're getting a tear here where our Wonder Bar, which is specifically designed for this, is starting to go through the shingle. Okay, so we managed to get it. But even as we're doing that, you can actually see that line where just having a 1 to 5% lift angle is starting to tear the shingle through the middle because of just how thin they are. So we're gonna continue on here and be very, very careful. I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm the best there is at these. So if anyone can get these unsealed, it would be me. And you can see the granules just raining down on this roof. We already have less than 50% of our granules, and we're losing even more just looking at the shingles. We're gonna unseal this tab as well, because we will need to lift this one to get to that nail line, and we want all the tabs to have the best ability to bend correctly without breaking. So if you only unseal half the tab or don't unseal it at all, when you go to lift this one to get the nail out, you might cause a crease. We perform all of our repairs in good faith towards our homeowner and the insurance company, so that way we have the least chance of damaging the roof. See, this one's really bad. We got a tear right there, the shingle tore. I mean, we are not even lifting, just the width of the Wonder Bar is tearing the shingle from underneath. See, that one went straight through. So you can see the Wonder Bar went through that one. I'm gonna come from another angle because I'm gonna try to still get that out. Yep, we got it up. All right, we're almost done here with the unsealing portion. Okay, got another tear. The sealant line is just stronger than the shingle now. Yeah, that one's got a hole in it. Okay, so one more here. Okay, so we have got the first nail line unsealed. We have got, one more here. We got the second nail line unsealed. All right, and now we are going to carefully remove these nails from underneath the tabs. All right, so I'm not seeing a fastener at all. There's no fastener on this side of the shingle, so that's going to be out of code. Got one here. It looks like it's already blown through before I'd even touched it. So the shingles are so brittle that the nails, okay, so this one will be able to get out. Some of those nails have actually already worked their way through the shingle because of how thin and brittle they are. And you can see and hear the granules raining down on this roof. Okay, we were able to get that one out as well. Looks like we only had 2 nails in our first nail line. That's gonna be out of code. Okay, first one in the top row. Second one in the top row. third one out of the top row. And looks like we would have one more. Oh, that one just blew right through. We've still got to get it out because it is into the shingle that we're trying to remove. Let's kind of see the situation we're in here now. Yep, so it looks like that's our last fastener. We're gonna need to go up underneath the shingle here. Okay. All right, so we've removed all of the fasteners. So basically, all of these areas here are mat transfer. The back of this shingle has torn off and is now on the front of this shingle. So the back of this shingle, it's holes in it, no granules. I mean, you can barely touch I won't even touch that shingle, as a matter of fact. We'll tap on the roof next to it. Look at these granules. That is not repairable. That is, I mean, this unbelievable amount of granules. It's unsafe to walk on. So we've got the granule loss, the lack of pliability, which is something's ability to bend without breaking, the extreme brittleness. But for diligence, we're not going to leave a hole in the Harris roof. We are going to go ahead and install this shingle. And I believe that matching cannot be considered on this claim, but I'm going to bring it up anyway because that doesn't look good at all. So this is the most spoken about portion of the repair attempt, the angle of lift on the shingle. Per manufacturer installation guidelines, all of them across Tamco, Timberline, across OC, GAF, I mean, all of them require you to lift the upper shingles as high as you need to drive the nail flush. I cannot get my hammer down in here and pretend like I can somehow magically get a nail driven over this sealant line without lifting the shingle high enough. It has to go over the sealant line, and fasteners can't be driven at an angle. That's common sense. So in order to get my fastener over that nail line without curving the hammer, blasting the edge of the shingle, I've got to lift it. And if we start talking about angle of lift and that causing damage to the roof, this is an irreparable roof. See, look, the new sealant line is so strong, it's already grabbed the shingles. Okay, I was able to get it removed there, and you can see we've got mat transfer before we've even got the shingle installed. Three, and a fourth nail. The manufacturer installation guidelines require a nail at the end of each 3-tab shingle and one over each of the divots here. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 in every one of the 3-tab shingles that would be in code. If you do not do that, they do not have their wind rating and they would be out of code. This is a shingle, so one has to be in the end. This is a shingle, so one will go in the end here, which brings us to 2 nails. We will need 2 more. We should find that they're over divots based on the way the roof is laid. So we have 1 divot here. Mat transfer again. That's where the Wonder Bar actually went through the shingle because the sealant line is stronger than what remains of the shingle. So it actually tore a hole straight through this one. This would be our last nail for the first row. We will move on to the last portion of the repair, which is the last nail line. Actually, no, we did it. Yeah, we've done here. We're done here. So a recap of basically what we're encountering. You know, I can tap on the new shingle and the granules, I mean, it's just a ridiculous amount of granule loss. Our new shingle's super strong. You can brush this thing all day long. You can walk on it. It's malleable. It can bend. It's pliable. It won't break. That's what you want to see in repairability. Even after that manipulation there, we haven't lost a single granule. This shingle looks amazing. It's doing its job, protecting the roof. These old shingles are toast. They are creating puffs of smoke in the air, cracking. All of the granules are falling off. We can barely walk the roof. So between the mat transfer, lack of pliability, brittleness, color disparity, and overall irreparability, it is my professional opinion that this roof cannot be repaired and must be replaced as a whole. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Have a good one.